Huh.
Alright guys, Jonah Custom Guitars, Dane Nichols. This is something you don't see very often. I don't see very often in my shop, and that's actually a guitar that doesn't really need anything. Okay, other than this case, other than a little cleanup and some strings and a little truss rod adjustment. I've just scrubbed the board down with naphtha. Ta-da! And a fingernail brush, and my my fretboard solution, which is primarily now I can't think of what the stuff is called. That's terrible. My mind just went completely blank. Linseed oil. There you go. Boiled linseed oil. And I did a couple applications. I've been letting it soak for about 5 minutes or so, and I'm just wiping off the excess now. And as you know, if you follow this channel, I don't do a lot of handheld, and I've only I'm grabbing that because I want to show you something. But so it's a Honer. I don't know what year exactly. I'm going to look it up just out of curiosity. Move my light over here. You can look it up. This isn't a secret. If I can get light in the hole. There we go. HGS6 or G. HG360R. Yeah, anyway. Made in Japan. That's a nice looking guitar. One of the reasons I wanted to hand hold this, and now it's plugged in, I'm not going to be able to do that. And I'm not sure you're going to be able to see this. But you should be able to kind of see that. Top of that string peg is really chewed up, and it was real fuzzy from whatever tool they were pulling it out with. And I thought I would just check inside the case. And like I said, now that the battery's dead, I can't run over to the case and show you. But there is a staple remover inside the compartment in the case, and I'm just betting that that staple remover is what whoever has been changing strings on this guitar has been using. The lady I'm putting new strings on and doing the setup on it for her, I don't think is the culprit, because she says it's been forever since it's been done. Anyway, hang on a sec. Alright. Barely even a second. So here you have the tool. Now, so this will be an extra. It'll be an extra tool feature here. The stapler remover, peg remover. That has to be what was happening for that peg to get that's screwed up, right on the top like that. So I'm just kind of having a little chuckle to myself here. So just bear with me. But yeah. I mentioned here a while back that I picked a couple of these little guys up from StewMac, and I feel like throwing one in her case just so she doesn't have to use that anymore. Anyway, that's it. Just thought I'd share the fact that I'm actually getting to work on a guitar that doesn't need anything really, but some strings and a truss rod adjustment. And I'll clean it up. Like I said, I scrubbed the board and treated the fretboard with my concoction, and it's a really pretty guitar. I don't think I've ever had a Honer in the shop before, and it's got the kind of odd shaped sound hole, and kind of the guild shaped pick guard, and I don't know what shape that is. It looks like the it was a Dick Tracy movie that had the invisible wing thing that the bad guy flew around in, or was it Dick Tracy that flew around in that? Anyway, it looks like that thing, only black and not silver. Anyway, all right, I've definitely digressed on that deal. It's a pretty pretty solid guitar, and I'm not finding anything loose. So typically what I do on these things is when I have strings off a guitar, I clean the fretboard. I oil the fretboard, and I grab a wrench. I always check my tuners to make sure they're snug. I flip it over and make sure that the little screw on the back of the tuner is snug. These were fine. I got just a little bit of a grunt on them. So that's kind of the standard stuff. Like I said, I'm tweaking the truss rod on this. Brought the action down about 2/64. So it's in the 5/64 range now. So it's within, it's in a good playable area here. I'm putting some lighter strings on it for the gal. She's just getting back into guitar, and she's wanting to take it easy on her fingers. All right, so I'm just back a little finish up on this Honer. I realized I probably didn't give you very good shots of this thing. And let's flip it over. That blue rectangular reflection you see is actually my little screen on my video camera that I'm looking at, my little monitor screen. Took me a couple seconds to figure that one out. So you can see this is very pretty rosewood on the back, though it may be a laminate, but it's still very pretty. Matches the color of the sides perfectly. And just a spruce top. It's a Honer. Now I did notice that the backs of the tuners say made in Germany with an S in the center of them, and I'm going to make an assumption here that means Schaller. I could be wrong, but that would be a good brand of tuner. So I put the Rocking Blues on here. They're the 10-352, but you got an unwound G in an effort to make this a little easier to play. My final relief in my neck is right at 12 thousandths. I would take it down lower than that, but I got a lot of truss rod on this thing right now, and I don't realize. I got a feeling when I check this thing in the morning it's going to be flatter than that, so I'll probably end up relieving it a little bit, taking some pressure off of it, and letting the neck, go back a little bit, or go up a little bit, I guess is where it would go. And right now, the string height is at a fat 5/64 on the fat E. And I didn't even look at the skinny E, but it is, wow, it's under 4/64 on the skinny E. So that's a pretty good setup right there. See if I can butcher a familiar chord progression for you. Sounds really good. Yeah, nice sounding guitar. All right, that's it. I want to take a second. I'm still just got the thing laying on the table here, so I want to take a second to just say thanks. Last time I checked, I was at 167 subscribers, and I know compared to some, that's not a whole lot, but it's more than I ever expected. And so, thanks, guys. I'll keep bringing you the same type of content. And if you have any questions or comments, please, I'm happy to hear from you. And I will answer those in the comments. And if I get enough good questions, I'll answer them in video form. So thanks again for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel. If you're not a subscriber, please do that. Yeah, that's it. I appreciate you guys.